On this channel, we cover a whole lot of crowdfunded campaigns, mostly of the video game variety, and mostly again of the really bad video game variety. Yep, for the most part, if you get mentioned here, it's because your Kickstarter campaign is no good. It's a scam, it's run by someone that's running away with your money, or it's simply just laughably rubbish. Which brings me to this. This is the ZX Spectrum Next, a system that you're either very, very aware of, a system that you're completely baffled by, or somewhere in the middle. So why am I bringing it up? Well, honestly, besides looking at all of the previously mentioned terrible Kickstarter campaigns, I do genuinely like to use the platform for good campaigns too. And this one is one of the good ones. One of the very, very good ones. The Kickstarter for the ZX Spectrum Next Issue 3 is, as of the recording of this video, still live. And in this non-sponsored video, crazy that I need to say that simply because I'm talking positively about something, but you know, obviously I've got to say that. In this video, I want to discuss what this is and why I support it. And to understand why this machine is so sought after and well respected and why I am supporting it, we need to go back to the beginning. Back to the early 1980s, back when specifically the UK was at the height of the video game boom. Back then, Sinclair put out several machines that one by one completely changed up the market. What do I mean by this? Well, I had the Amstrad CPC 464 when I was a kid, which came with a monitor, and that was £359 upon release. There was other alternatives out there as well. The Commodore 64 also came with a monitor. That one was £399 upon release, and plenty of other alternatives dropped around this time too, for roughly the same price. But Sinclair, they did things a little bit differently. By creating a significantly smaller and simpler looking system consisting of fewer components and of course no monitor, the Spectrum family of consoles were able to not only be affordable for those that wanted them and couldn't afford the more expensive machines, but also it enticed those that wouldn't normally buy this sort of thing, giving them the opportunity to dip their toes in too. It's honestly not too dissimilar to when your mum bought a PlayStation 2 because it could play DVDs, and your nan bought a Wii because she could play bowling in the nursing home. By the time the mid-80s had rolled around, and whilst America was crashing and burning with its overly documented video game crash, the UK was buying games for a couple of quid a pop down at the local newsagents, and when they couldn't even afford that, they were making romantic mixtapes filled with the sexiest game vibes imaginable. It was an incredible time to be a gamer and a developer. Sure, the 1980s saw the end of the golden age of arcades, but it started the golden age of home computers and bedroom coders too, where not only could you play games for pittance, but you could actually make your own games too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the ZX Spectrum specifically, over in America, the closest comparison would have been the Commodore 64, that was far more popular for the American watchers, were just so popular. An insane amount of legendary game designers started off their careers on a system like the ZX Spectrum. And no matter how excited any of these guys may get nowadays every time Rockstar shows off some more footage of Grand Theft Auto 5, there ain't no getting away from their beloved origins with the ZX Spectrum. Yeah, sure, some of the games may look a little laughable by today's standards. This game, for instance, was actually quite a popular game and is still a well-regarded ZX Spectrum game today. And in the game, you play as a dustbin man, collecting bins. It's so British, it might as well come with a cup of tea and some biscuits, what? Which brings me, 35, 40 years later, something like that, to this, the ZX Spectrum Next. A system that is just so much more than the latest version of the Spectrum series of computers. What I mean by that is that it allows you to run new software created more recently that takes advantage of the Spectrum Next's expanded hardware, which includes new graphic modes and higher processor speeds. So in a nutshell, it's everything you remember, if you remember it that is, and it's also the next version of the System series of computers. Look, I'm not stupid. I know what this looks like if you didn't grow up with it. I know that most of my audience is primarily American, and after watching multiple American YouTubers review the Next in a very confused way, trying their best not to offend us Brits by saying, this looks a little bit shit. Look, we get it. We understand that a lot of this is based on nostalgia, just like everyone is with their retro systems. But for me, it's the homebrew and the demo scene that really do push these systems way further than they ever should have been able to do. And that's why I love the ZX Spectrum Next. It's with those same limitations that those coders have managed to create some truly exceptional stuff that will blow the high tops off of any retro gamer, no matter what system you grew up with. And today what I want to do is showcase some titles all playable on the ZX Spectrum Next and are all either completely free or just a couple of quid, exactly like they used to be all of those years ago. And links to every game mentioned in this video will have links down in the description. Go and check them out and make sure you tell them that Slopes sent you. And what better place to start than Donkey Kong? Now, back in the day, plenty of bedroom coders had a go at ripping off this iconic game, and the results were, well, pretty much 100% of the time, utter crap. Then came along Bubu Marcianotto's version, apologies if I'm butchering that name, and I'm sure I am. Well, his version of Donkey Kong plays practically perfectly. The fact that an original ZX Spectrum can finally have a port that plays this well is really quite impressive. The same goes for Happy Coding's ZX port of Pac-Man, which, yes, sure, does look the part, but if you ask me, it's its Pac-Man Begins game that really grabbed me. A simple game that only has one line of pills to pop. Controlled by one button, every time you click it, Pac-Man changes direction and you go for as long as you can. It plays so much better than you would expect. Space Invaders Next is a pretty decent port of the classic arcade game, and if you want to mix it up a little more, Outer Intruders is definitely worth a look too. Baggers in Space is one of the more standout newer titles that takes full advantage of the Next's more capable hardware and is a spiritual successor of sorts to the all-time classic Jetpack game released by Ultimate Play the Game. Plenty of other arcade ports have made their way to the system too, some of which are a little too on the nose with what they were trying to copy, exactly how they used to be all of those years ago, whilst others play it slightly safer. Only slightly, mind you, and the end results are obviously going to be mixed. But that's what makes the system so good. Exploring what budding coders are trying to do is an exciting way to explore and support a proper indie scene that more often than not are able to discover a cool new game mechanic by replicating the classics that they grew up with. Tokimol is of course a Toki D make, which I grabbed from Pat Moriarty Team's itch.io page, and again, it plays brilliantly. Seraphima and Castlevania Spectral Interlude are both exceptional new Spectrum games that really do push the system to its limits. I spent way too long on both of these titles, and on top of them being simply jaw-dropping to run on such limited hardware, they're actually bloody good games too. The Castlevania game was worked on by the Sanchez crew, a team of ZX Spectrum enthusiasts who create games specifically for the Spectrum family of computers, and their best work is by far Alien Neoplasm 2, a totally not Aliens-inspired game that is so good. I'm annoyed I'm working on this video and just not playing it right now. It not only looks and controls well, but its gameplay is just simply top-notch. Easily one of the best games for the system in my opinion. Plenty of other games and demos are popping up every 5 minutes, and again, although it may be a niche group of people making niche titles for a niche crowd, it's growing and it's an extremely exciting scene to follow. So in short, yes, I support everything related to the ZX Spectrum Next. And I know when saying this, it sounds like a sponsored video. It really isn't. It's just a decent system, and it's run by a guy that's done this now 3 times, and every other Kickstarter he's done has succeeded, and all of the items have shipped out, etc, etc, which is why I'm confident in supporting this on the channel. Are you a fan of the ZX Spectrum Next? Is this something you have, or is this something that you're interested in? Let me know down below. Hey there guys, thanks for checking out the more positive video. Yeah, we're looking at a positive Kickstarter this week. Don't worry, I'm working on a script on a very dodgy Super Sega level, more than one Kickstarter. Yeah, this one's quite insane. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm just waiting for the right time to drop it. I'm trying to find a good ending for it. It will come. It will come. But anyway, this is a positive video. This was about, here we go. Here it is, the ZX Spectrum Next. I actually love this system. You can get lost for hours, days, weeks, and the rest, looking up things on like itch.io and random other places, looking up new Next games, new ZX Spectrum games. It's really quite a massive hole to fall down, and yeah, I've very much enjoyed my time with the system. But anyway, you know that, you've watched the video, you know I like it. This is the part of the video where I give a massive shout out to all of the Patreons, all of the YouTube members, with an extra big shout out going to Livestream, MJJ, Insidious Bliss, Swiss Justice Peterson, Chris aka Brackman, Robert Ramsey, and I want to say an extra big thank you to Robert Ramsey. You see all these names down here? An extra massive chunk of them have come in because of Robert Ramsey donating memberships on my most recent live stream. So thank you so much. British Video Game Nerd, Boots and Pup, The Sneaky Ferret, Vitas Varnes, James, The Action Saxon, Jay is Manchild, Mike Fallon, Nicholas Bertner, Chev Matic, Jabba Al Aiden, Richard Alderjic, Shadow Dragon, Dina, Ye Old Hamburglar, Jeff Mianowski, Bram Perez, Conrad Constantine, Andrew Dalton, Retro to Next Gen aka Lou, Paul Float, Ryan Burford, Dina81, Will Woodall, Thomas Coyote Baxter, Joshua Villarreal, Deracuda, Enraged Gecko, JM Akatimo84, Ian Quell, Arista, and Mind of the Unsane. Thank you guys so much for your support, and like I've said before, if you guys want to join in the Discord, get access to the password zone where you get to see all my videos without any kind of sponsorships or adverts, or and loads of behind the scenes videos that never get released, extended versions, director's cut, all that sort of stuff, it's all there, and all you got to do is support the show like these people do right here. But anyway, this is the end of the video, so massive thanks to all of you guys for your support, however you decide to do it. And until next time, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.